Marty Mercer.
Great White Whale.
That's Matthew McConaughey said earlier tonight. All right, all right, all right. First off, I want to thank the Academy for this wonderful, beautiful award. Secondly, I want to congratulate and thank all of my peers who were up against me. You made outstanding creative works in the last year. Just having my name in the same sentence as you, to be honest with you, is enough of an award. Prior to tonight, though, I thought maybe on the off chance that I might win this award, I might think of some of the classic, typical thank you speeches that people have delivered. And then I said, no, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to give you 2 short stories as my thank you for tonight. 2 short stories from my life. In the spring of 1970, I played Little League baseball at Tampa Bay Little League in Tampa, Florida. I was on the Major League Yankees. Now let me just be clear, I was the worst player on the team. They made me play in right field because that's where all the kids who can't play with the lick make them play. The only reason I was on the Major League team, to be honest with you, is because my dad was one of the coaches of the Major League team. But one afternoon in the spring of 1970, the pitcher threw a flat fastball that really wasn't that fast. It looked as big as a beach ball to my eyes. And I swung as mightily as Casey, and that ball sailed over the left field fence. It sailed over the track behind the fence and landed in the infield of the track. My one great baseball moment. Now go 6 years ahead in time, and literally just 300 yards to the south. And I got out of the cool, chilly waters of Inter Bay Pool, having just broken the 100-yard breaststroke record from my high school. Now, I tell you those 2 stories not to brag on my capabilities, because the first story clearly was not a bragging story, but I tell you those stories because my memories of those 2 are not the home run. It's not the school record. You see, after the game, when you hit a home run in Tampa Bay Little League, you got to walk across the street to see Mr. Robbie. He sat in his front yard in the lawn chair and watched every game. And when you hit a home run, you got to go over there. He'd put his arm around your neck. He'd give you a tight squeeze. He'd slip a dollar bill into your pocket. And he would say, "This is for Ben." Ben was his son, who had played at Tampa Bay Little League and had a good career in high school, and then got drafted into Vietnam and was killed in action and didn't come home. And so Ben, I realized, Mr. Robbie, I realized years later, saw us as his Ben. He had adopted us. He was softening and lessening his grief by adopting us and memorializing Ben with that little tiny $1 bill in our pocket. That's what I remember. When I got out of the pool back in 1976, I don't think the high five had been invented, and I know the chest bump had not been invented. So my teammates just slapped me on the back. The PA announcer announced that I'd broken the school record. The stands erupted into cheers, and I walked over to the fence, and there was my girlfriend, my first real girlfriend. Tears were coming down her face. We couldn't hug or kiss because of the chain link fence, so we just grabbed index fingers. She mouthed the words, "I love you." Now that's what I'm talking about, right? You see, this is my first real girlfriend. I'd already said I love you to her. She had never said, "I love you." I call those moments small, sweet, savory moments. You've got to savor those moments. Mr. Robbie whispering in our ear, memorializing his son. The girlfriend with the tears and the finger interlock. And the first, "I love you." So when I think about this film, there were hundreds, if not thousands, of small, sweet, savory moments that occurred. And yes, I'll remember this. It will sit on a shelf prominently at my house. But what I will take with me to my grave are those thousands of small, sweet, savory moments from this film. Now I can see down here in the orchestra pit, Mr. Bill Conti is getting ready to strike up this music. Hang on, Bill. Don't go any further because I got one more message. Everybody here in the room tonight, everybody watching on TV, here is my thank you. Here's what I want you to remember from tonight. There are no insignificant moments in your life. Every moment is important. Inventory your life. Find your small, sweet, savory moments. Hold on to them. Collect them. Hold them tight. Hold them as tightly as I'm holding this Oscar tonight, because it's those moments that bring grace to your life. Thank you. Oh, wait, stop the music, stop the music, stop your applause. I forgot to tell you the end of the second story. Remember the girl on the other side of the chain link fence? Remember the first I love you? Well, guess what? We didn't get married, we didn't stay together, and I have no idea where she is right now. 3 years later, I met the exquisite and elegant and excellent Karen Kiefer, and 3 years after that, we got married. And this past January makes 32 years of blissful marriage. Karen's not here tonight. She's somewhere in Greece making a movie. So Karen, wherever you are, I love you. Savor this moment. Thank you.